last but not least, we have RicoLatino. We're really happy to have you here. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself before you read?
Sure. I lived in places. I haven't lived in one place for not even near 40 years. I think maybe 40 places I've lived in my life, 5 different countries, 2 in Europe, the rest in the Americas. And I'm originally from Argentina. Now I live in the US, in Minneapolis. And in the US, I lived also in Oregon and out east in Connecticut. So I'm in Minneapolis, and I love being here. I'm a writer, a copywriter, and transcreator, as opposed to a translation. Transcreation is a creative transfer of ideas, thoughts, poems, literature, advertising. So what pays the bills is commercial work. I'm a commercial artist, but I also do a lot of non-paid poetry writing, poetry transcreation, usually involving Spanish and English, and sometimes also French and Portuguese, my other 2 languages. English was language number 4 in the order in which I learned them. And today, English and Spanish are my strongest languages. So I do what I can in English, and I'm a Spanish coach as well. And that's that. Oh, I'm RicoLatino. My name is RicoLatino. You can find me as RicoLatino in LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter is my handle. So, and I like to read a few things today. Some of them I wrote in English or Spanish, and some of them I transcreated from Spanish into English. I don't have anything from other languages today, but I've done some work from French to English, Portuguese to English. And the process of writing for myself usually is that I work in both languages. If I need to write something in English, usually that end result in English is better if I say, after I'm happy with what I've written, I say, well, how about if I translate this, transcreate into Spanish? That process changes the original English version, and then I have a bilingual version, but the English version is better for doing the translation discipline, and vice versa. When I write in Spanish, I usually want to write in English too, and that improves the Spanish that I'm writing. So that's how I work. And I love working with words. I've done that all my life. That is all I've done. I never changed careers. So I'm going to start with a poem about Argentina's vast plains, the Pampas, not far from where I spent part of my childhood. This is part of La Cautiva by Esteban Echeverría, Spanish first, then English. Can you hear me?
It's a little cutting out, so you know, you're doing good. I think it should be fine, but just maybe read a little slower when you do the poems.
Oh, really? You know, I had a situation, you know, like I said today, you know, something. What if I change a microphone? I mean, is this microphone better?
I think, yeah. I mean, it wasn't really the microphone. I think it was more of the video.
Yeah, sounds like the internet connection, right? Can you hear me okay now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Can you hear me now? So here we go. Esteban Echeverría going first. Noche es el vasto horizonte, noche el aire, cielo y tierra. Parece haber apiñado el genio de las tinieblas para algún misterio inmundo sobre la llanura inmensa, la lobreguez del abismo donde inalterable reina. Solo inquietos divagando por entre las sombras negras, los espíritus foletos con viva luz reverberan, se disipan, reaparecen, vienen, van, brillan, se dejan, mientras el insecto chilla y en fanales o cuevas los nocturnos animales con triste aullido se quejan. Au. Could you hear that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. Now my transcreation into American English. Night is the vast horizon. Night is the air, earth, and sky. It seems to have collected the genius of darkness for some hideous mystery over the immense plains, the gloom of the abyss where it rules unshaken. Only the spooky spirits, uneasily roaming among the black shadows, reverberate with a bright light. They reappear, coming and going and shining and wearing off, while the insect yells, and in swamps or caves, night beasts lament with grim howls. How? We're still okay with the audio? I'm assuming so. So, next, a poem from Spain, Miguel de Unamuno, about the snow over the plains. Spanish first, then English. La nevada es silenciosa, cosa lenta, poco a poco y con blandura reposa sobre la tierra y cobija a la llanura. Posa la nieve callada, blanca y leve. La nevada no hace ruido, como cae el olvido, copo a copo. Abriga blanda a los campos cuando el hielo los hostiga. Con sus campos de blancura, cubre a todo en su capa, pura, silenciosa, no se le escapa en el suelo cosa alguna. Donde cae, ahí se queda, leda y leve, pues la nieve no resbala como resbala la lluvia, sino queda y cala. Flores del cielo los copos, blancos lirios de las nubes, en el suelo se ajan, bajan floridos, pero quedan pronto derretidos. Florecen solo en la cumbre, sobre las montañas, pesadumbre de la tierra, y en sus entrañas perecen. Nieve, blanda nieve, la que cae tan leve, sobre la cabeza, sobre el corazón. Ven y abriga mi tristeza, la que descansa en razón. Now my transcreation into American English. The snowfall is silent, a slow-moving thing, little by little and softly, resting on the earth, blanketing the plains. The silent snow rests white and light. The snowfall makes no sound. It falls as oblivion falls, flake by flake. It coats the field with softness when the ice punishes them, with its own fields of whiteness, covering it all with its layer, pure, silent, not missing a thing on the ground. Where it falls, it stays, serene and subtle, for snow does not pass through like the rain, but it rests there, anchored. Snowflakes, flowers of the sky, white cloud lilies, will wither on land, such flamboyant descent, only to meet a speedy melting. Only blooming on the summit, over the mountains, burdening the earth, and perishing in its bowels. Snow, tender snow, such a subtle fall, over the head, over the heart. Come and warm up my gloom, which rests in reason.
That was wonderful.
Thank you. Now I'd like to read this one. I wrote it in English. I will never do a Spanish version of this, nor read it in Spanish. It's titled, Humble RG. I'm not your typical Argentine. I mean, I'm not full of myself. It's true that I'm in love with myself, but with good reason. Let me explain. Definition first. When we talk about that huge ego, we're not talking about all Argies, but only those from Buenos Aires, BA, the big city, porteños, and to a lesser degree, those from the province of Buenos Aires in the suburbs, El Gran Buenos Aires, the ego shrinking the farther you get from the city. So if you meet someone from Mendoza, Cordoba, San Luis, don't treat them like they are from BA. They don't like that. They have even more jokes about porteños than other Latin Americans have Argentine jokes. You may have heard them. What is the definition of ego? That little Argentine that we all have inside. How does an Argentine commit suicide? He jumps from his own ego. An Argentine is an Italian who speaks Spanish, thinks he's French, and would love to be English. And that's not a joke, that's true. But this is serious, so let's get back to this awesome love, this warm and fuzzy feeling about our own selves. Here's the deal. We know humble too, you know, or at least how to act humble. And this is our greatest source of pride. We are proud of our humility. Muchas gracias.